Getting a game going here. Very strong table overall. We have Danny B, Ghostly, Logus, and myself. Just a friendly afternoon game here. Should be a good time. We're just doing base, no landscapes. So back to the basics here. Whoops, nobody needs to see the Discord, but I do just want to drop in notifications. Alright. Stream announcements. And hit this accept button. Yeah, Danny B has the game set up right. Okay, sweet. Okay. So I forget that Ghostly lives with somebody else that watches Terra Mystica streams. So I just started streaming, which apparently means Ghostly has to relocate to a different room, which is why the game is delayed starting here. Which it's kind of funny, but I feel a little bad. I didn't mean to do anything about that. But yeah, we'll get going here in just a sec. In general, streaming lately, I obviously have just, I don't know, combination of busy and doing other things. I still stream a little, but I'm just not hugely invested in this arena season, so I'm not just grinding games as much, obviously. But there are plenty of other people, so that's always good. Okay, we're fourth seat. I generally like that. The track tends to excite me here. This looks reasonably good for scoring. Pass tiles, a little less so. Also, I think I'm hearing myself. There we go. Sorry about the audio. That might have been funky. It might have been... Yeah, I might have had that set up wrong at first, but it should be good now. Hey. Hello, chat. Welcome. Anyhow... Yeah, we have trading posts into big buildings, spades, temples, trading posts, towns. Trading posts into towns is often pretty good timing. There's a little trickiness in building your trading posts in locations that don't cause your towns to be formed. The pass tiles here are a little awkward for scoring because most people aren't going to have a lot of trading posts up until 5 and 6. So that's going to be of limited use, but abusing the ship tile is definitely an option. The cult has lots of coins, and we have coins on the pass tiles, so it does look like a high coin game. We do have the passing spade. There's some cult spades, so the spade pressure is probably fine. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good. There might be a little bit of worker tightness, depending on if people try to go temple into stronghold, because there's no big building tile or worker power. But everything looks good. Funky town, maybe Alchemist. I mean, I think Alchemist would be reasonably good here. Witches certainly seem good. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, a lot of times for me personally, my fourth seat pick is a lot about just trying to make a friendly color wheel. Witches seem good. Impossible. Yeah, I haven't played Witches on stream in quite a while. There was just a lot of Fire and Ice where I did that for a while because I got away with it, and it was great fun. But Um, but yeah, I mostly care to try to throw in something reasonable at the end here, so we'll see what we're left with. Um, the pass tiles in the opening round are likely to go spade, and then usually somebody like wants the priest. Somebody might want temp shipping, but one of the downsides for witches here is that they might be starting with just like 6 coins, which are fine, but a little underwhelming. Finished your master's thesis. Awesome. What are you studying, or what's your thesis on? Almost ideal Darklings? Yeah, this is a great Darklings track as well. That's true too. We get cultists. Cultists are always reasonable, obviously. That's fine. Maths. Excellent. Sweet. I was never bold enough to go for anything beyond my bachelor's. I debated it at times, and I think I somewhat would have liked it, but yeah, I never did, and probably never will at this point. But I do have my bachelor's in mathematics. Good times. I did study math, yep. More so on probability and statistics, some abstract algebra, linear algebra type stuff, a little less on calculus, differential equations type stuff, but yeah, it was cool. I honestly like I think it's just a little too late. I don't think I would want to anymore, but I definitely debated going and just getting like a doctorate and being a professor. I think a professor of math would have been intriguing, but it also sounded like a lot of work. And so instead I just jumped into the work world, but nice of everybody put witches in. I agree. And cultists. I like cultists a lot here too. They're fun. But we'll see what happens. Darklings do get put in, so I think that was pretty predictable. So this is kind of a classic color wheel, and a somewhat classic conundrum here of the red factions are just so dang... red factions are so dang, like, not flexible. Like, giants, with the fact they can't start with the spade and kind of need to open stronghold early, are just very not great here, although they might still be workable, but it's not ideal. And then chaos also has similar issues of liking to build a big building early and not always having great things. And then in the color arrangement too, it's just a tough life for them. Part of the problem is like chaos probably do just want to start here, but if witches do take this first action, then chaos don't really have anywhere to go with the spade. People know my instincts. I don't like putting in gray here. I don't like putting in yellow. Blue doesn't actually create as big of issues, but Rip Alchemistium is not bad. Witches are in first seat, that's true. They might not... Witches would almost have to take this tile and choose to just hit you on E7 first action, which they probably just don't do, especially in a games with auction, right? So it probably is just CM. CM takes the spade. Darklings probably just takes the priest. Cultists might actually prefer cult coin because that really helps them get that water spade. And then witches probably are just on temp ship, so they could take your hex first action, but do they really want to? I don't know. Witches probably do go temp ship, but if you're on temp ship, do you really want to dig this hex instead of just securing your others? I don't have good answers to that, but I think it is just throw in CM. I think it creates the friendliest things here. Okay, our witch is best here. Late towns, no color neighbors. Get to start on temp ship probably. Yeah. Let's just get a little time back. Witches are great. I think Darklings are probably still pretty good here too. The track is just very natural for Darklings. Cultists are going to get a lot of leech, presumably. They're going to start here. Witches, probably Chaos, likely Darklings, probably Witches, possibly Darklings are going to start here again. So we're going to get Cultists, Darklings, maybe no Witches in the East this game, actually. Witches might start up over here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Witches the more I look at it. Cultists are going to have the issue that they probably get enough power for double dig, but might not be able to double dig. Although there is a chance that Darklings don't start here, and Darklings could try to start here this game. But I think I'm on board with these guys. I think Team Cultist are still very good. Let's see. Chat, I need to rearrange my positioning here so chat's a little more visible. So CM let go of Earth 1, dig to Gray, go for towns. Put in engineers and watch people suffer? No, see, that's really not my style at all. Okay, cultists are really shifting here. I'm streaming this, of course, Weber. Well, not of course. Honestly, I don't stream all my games, but this kind of afternoon slot, yeah, you should have kind of expected that. I think witches are still quite good. I think darklings are probably pretty good. I think cultists have a very safe game here, though, honestly. So I'm going to go with that. Actually, maybe they don't have the super safest game because their connection. Maybe they have connection troubles, but. I'm going to go to Darklings after this, I think. Yeah, Weber, I saw that. I agree. You just can come here and blab on. That's what we're here for. Logos goes to Darklings. Well, that's fine. You know, honestly, I should also... I don't usually do this, but this is a matchup that has enough stats that we could actually pull up the tune tool. This looks like actually... This is a pretty commonly played thing, so I'm curious what... Curious what the Snellman stats say about this. So a Darklings, Cultists, Witches, CM game with good players. Yeah, Witches are best, and Darklings and Cultists. Chaos are pretty bad, and if we adjust to just more recent years, those stats largely hold. Although, okay, as we get further and further along, it's very even. But so, I mean, Darklings in third seed are probably pretty good. I don't know. What are the expected starting VPs? It's a very good question. I'm kind of not really thinking about it that hard, and I probably should be. It's kind of one of those things where these three factions all have very like clear, good game plans, and then these guys, it's a hell of a lot less clear to me. I mean, CM probably do get to start on the Spade and open Temple and these two dwellings. CM probably gets the center, which tends to make them pretty good. But the track is a little awkward for them. If Chaos can take a copy of Water 1, Air 1 after going Sanctuary here, like, it does look pretty good. But if they can't get a copy of Water 1, Air 1, and they often struggle for towns. I mean, they might get 2 this game, which I guess is enough, but yeah, I don't know. I keep fluctuating. I kind of am starting to be swayed that there's not that many pass tiles and this track is just very good for Darklings. But I do think cultists have incredible leech here early and probably throughout. I think witches generally have pretty good leech, although losing this hex for witches I don't think is trivial. I don't know. There's still manage, but part of the problem is I think Darklings might start here, right? Like I'm half debating starting here and here as Darklings, which also tends to mean that witches are not going to be as good here as you'd like them to be because their town space gets very problematic. Leaving this for cultist is nice. I guess one of the downsides of starting here as Darklings is actually the leech could be really bad if I'm not here, so maybe I shouldn't be paying that many points. Probably is back to cultists. I don't know. Are witches better at founding towns than the other 3 factions? Not really, right? That's the thing. The problem is witches getting 3 towns against these factions is not at all guaranteed. And there's still a lot more to the game than just forming towns. I actually think of all these factions, Darklings is probably the most likely to 3-town, to be completely honest. I think it's just so hard to prevent Darklings from getting town space. Although starting here and here, it could get iffy. Darklings probably should just start here and I guess try to beat cultists to the north, but that's so hard. I guess you could just play split Darklings. You just take these hexes and then a town like up through here and just accept that you never connect against witches. Oh, cultists might not connect. I don't know. There's a lot of intrigue here. And then part of the problem is how bad are chaos. I just don't know how bad chaos are. There's also a chance. I think there's a chance that chaos gets the center and still gets Earth 1. I'm not positive everybody's going to go Earth 1 in round 1, just because this track looks to have enough economy that I think people could do otherwise. If Darklings had a little more leech, clearly, I'd be very on board. I still think cultists are just getting an absurd amount of leech off this hex. But again, I guess one of the issues for there is so much leech coming off this hex. This is going to get built. Again, I guess the big issue is cultists just can't double dig if Darklings are next to them. Because then you leave a hex. Which is a bummer. I still think it just works out. I don't know. If Darklings start G5, then Witches East Town may be very tricky. Witches arguably are better this matchup against Darklings anyhow without a town event. Expensive to connect for Darklings. The track and pastels are mostly low scoring with around 6 towns. You think towns matter a lot. Split Darklings, no connection is appealing. Yeah, I think you probably do go for no connection Darklings and just aim for Earth 1, Water 1 type stuff, but part of the problem I see for Darklings though is I think Darklings are very good here if they get to open economy into Earth 1, but I don't think they get to do that. And I don't think Darklings are actually going to get that much early leech to keep their lives afloat. So, I don't know. It's okay, but don't love it. But might go Darklings here. I'm personally concerned about witches. Maybe I shouldn't be. I mean, witches can upgrade first action. They'll get very good leech too. But like what? You're going to get a town here and then you're hoping to get like a town through here, but this is very ugly and disruptible. You're hoping for a town here, but it's not guaranteed. I guess you could maybe get the town down here, right? Is there a scenario where witches just go into the stronghold, I guess? I hadn't considered that. If witches are going to get temp shipping, do you ever just go full dwelling rush witches? and then build Stronghold in round 2 and just delay building a temple until like round 4? Is that possibly competitive? You do have no cult presence. And you Stronghold down into here? I don't know if that works. I'll go for another at Darklings. I think it's easier. But Witches maybe is correct. I don't know. Witches still have a lot of flexibility. Yeah, Logos immediately bids down. I'm a little nervous about Witches, but it has to be pretty good. I just don't know for sure which path it is. I guess there is the option of the mini Dwelling Rush too. You build a trading post first action, and then you hope to get single dig, and you open what trading post with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwellings into Stronghold. That could be reasonably good. Just go huge econ. Try to get copy of Water 1 in round 4 is the big risk. So a lot of coins on the past tiles, but the coins on the cult events aren't going to work very well for Witches if they're not going to... I don't know. Witches have to be pretty good, though. This track is reasonable for Witches. The color arrangement's reasonable for Witches. The cult rewards are reasonable. But... trust the instinct. Yeah. As the wise Ondas. Whoa, let's not get Ondas too high. The problem here with going triple econ is no Earth, Water, Water, One. Yeah. The strategy I mentioned, more matches, are home game of Witches. If they win network, it's easily 130 points. Earth One is overrated. Yeah, I mean, I think Darkling started on G5 versus E10 has a big say on how much Witches are worth. Yeah, it could. But looks like I am playing Witches. Danny jumped, or Ghostly jumped to Chaos. I think that's reasonable. I'm certainly not going to block the center. So, Logan says you got a good deal. Yeah. He was about to jump. Yeah, I think it was about time to jump. Where's the Earth One is for Chubb's account? I mean, it's on the other page, right? Like, it's around, but... I will say that I think I gave Chaos a very good deal if I'm not going to block Earth 1 from them. Maybe not very good might be a stretch, but yeah, there is a chance that Chaos are going to have a very good game. Chaos might be one of the few people that really wants this ship scoring tile too, so there's a lot to like here, I think. But I'm going to give Ghostly the center Earth 1. Yeah, I think that's likely, which is going to be very friendly. In hindsight, that maybe is too much, but... you know, whatever. Darklings do go up there. Okay, well, so that's unfortunate for me. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, just the usual disclaimers about that tune all tool. It really is only particularly useful for base map, no landscape. You think I have to dig the gray now? Oh my gosh, no. I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Anyhow, the matchup tool really only works for it's really only good for base map, and it's only particularly good for matchups that actually have lots of statistics, which is not a lot of them, to be honest. Okay, these are the starting places that we more or less expected. How how crazy is it for cultists to take temp ship in? I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. Then I'll just be left with coins. That's okay. My instinct is to just start here and assume I get temp ship. But it's messy. I mean, cultists are able to just freely take double dig, which is definitely a big upshot to this starting location. But Chaos does go for the spade. CM will be too fast to reach the east. Yeah, I don't think I care about this hex. Maybe I'm supposed to, but I don't know. I have a lot of problems here, I think, but I think I can do some things with it. So the output is not average finishing position. The output is TM tour points. So 6 for a first, 3 for a second, 1 for a third, 0 for fourth. So on average, a game would have 10 points for the 4 factions. So a faction that's hypothetically average in that matchup would get 2.5. We do just get temp ship. Cultists actually go for 6 coins over the cult step. That's a little intriguing to me because the cult step can really help you hit this water spade, but I'm guessing cultists are just not trying to hit it. I will take temp ship. I'm not going to block this gray. I rarely do in this matchup. I don't really like to do it. Part of the reason I don't really want to do it is because I think it means Ghostly just takes this away, and then I think we're all just kind of sad. I think I'm okay just letting Ghostly have this hex. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I mean, it could end pretty. It could go pretty terribly, but are the expansion factions used competitively on Stillman? Occasionally, but very rarely. So you're gonna get very little information on them. So we're gonna wheel double dig, and I think I just take it. I think the game plan is I'm starting to work up more of a game plan that I like, that I'm increasingly warming up to. What if? I mean, it's annoying to have to go for 2 bridge towns, but I might be able to take this away from cultists and make this a ridiculous stronghold town. Maybe. There's a chance that I can make. There's some sort of a chance that I can turn this area into a town and this. Although, yeah, taking this hex is wrong. But I should just take double dig here. And I just take these hexes. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Nice start for the game. Someone writing short stories in chat about how other people should play. You hate that. Yeah, Logus knows. All of us know each other. Like it's fine. Yeah, all of us are cool with the discussion, but I get it. Like if you don't know the table, it could get interesting. You do struggle with the question of when to take 3 power for double dig. My opinion is very rarely. Like it depends, but if you're taking a pass tile just for double dig, like you should accept that that's pretty mediocre. Even if like double dig's a very good action, but if you have to take a pass tile just to guarantee that that's all it's getting you, it's fine. It's probably right sometimes, but I think people value it way too much. Darklings gets workers. That's what he wants. CM could have taken single dig, which is what they were discussing. CM taking single dig. Ooh, he's gonna give power to me. I love that. That's also like lucky. Typically, I would be a jerk, but anyhow, I think the play here is to take this hex now, just before CM does anything too weird. Maybe it's this one. Nah, it's this one. Maybe this one. I don't know if it matters. Blah, blah, blah. You hate tuned it as NG because you also burned down to 6. Yep, that hurts. You think CM missed a trick by not taking singles dig? Completely agreed. CM if they took single dig, could have opened Temple 2 dwellings. That's going to be quite a bit better than what they achieve here, so that's welcome. Cultist getting spade blocked, though, would have been really great. But I am happy that Cultist had to prioritize this, because I think there is a possibility that I can go Stronghold Town through, like, here this game with a bridge, which is annoying. Sanctuary Town with a bridge here, and then I can fly and maybe make the town down here. Darklings should prefer to go up through here to get the cheap free hexes, so I think this will work, but we'll see. I mean, ultimately, the start is pretty good for me. I'm getting a lot of leech, which I wanted. Again, Chaos going here is very favorable to me. In general, I would actually advise not to do this. While he's going to get one extra, like he's going to get a little extra leech from me, he's giving me so much more leech this way, right? He's going to go for a Sanctuary. I'm only upgrading one more time. So he's going to get like 1 extra power, and I'm getting like 6 or 7 extra power because he chose to upgrade here. I mean, I guess I was going to go here, so maybe it's not as big of a deal here, but yeah. There is no Earth 1 rush at all. I guess people are correctly reading that I'm not actually contesting it, so. If I can pass for this cult coin action, that would be great, but I think cultists are, but then I get to pass for 6 coins. That would actually be really good. As long as I can pass for coins, I'm very happy. Chaos is going to go for a temple and a priest, so I will pass in front of them. Darkleads have a temple and at least something else. Ooh, cultists do just pass right away, but they don't even go for the coins. They're going for ship scoring. So presumably they're going to... I don't even know what that means. He took fire 1 too? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so there is no earth 1 pressure here at all. You do it most commonly in first seat when your pass tile options are medium, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all the bridges. Yeah, I am going to need bridges this game is the one big downside. Cultists also need a bridge. Chaos often need a bridge, so there will be bridge pressure. Darklings are going earth 2. When there's cult coins and lots of coins on the pass, I really like that. And I said Darklings that got to open an economy favor into Earth 1 were going to be quite good, and that looks very likely to happen here. Because again, I'm just not contesting Earth 1 at all this game. That's not a concern. But the more people going economy favors here is better, because it does mean that there will be hopefully less pressure on Water 1. I think this is the hex to secure this round. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess it could be up here too, but I don't like that. I'm just going to go Stronghold and have just the most absurd economy in a second anyhow. You like Darklane spot the most after round one? Things definitely developed well for Darkleads here, although the coins could be a bit of an issue for Logus. I'm about to pass for coins, and Ghostly might pass for coins as well, which could put Darkleads in a slight trouble. I mean, Darkleads still got very little leech early. So we'll see. He got almost no leech. Yeah, exactly. Oh, actually, okay, he is going to get to pass for coins, though. Well, that's going to make a big difference for him, actually. I think Earth 2 is still quite good, Weber. Do we burn here for the extra dwelling? Oh, I'm definitely not. Sorry. So it's tempting sometimes depending on how much power and stuff you get, but burning for another dwelling here is pretty obviously not correct. I'm getting an extra cult worker anyhow. I'm building a stronghold which generates more dwellings. Like, my worker income is never going to be the problem here. I'm not going to get slowed down by it. I'm going to do a hard digger too in round 3. And yeah, I really need coins, and I need this power probably for an early coins action. Although taking a priest and getting it to the air track next round is also reasonable, but I guess that's kind of unlikely. But a priest to earth pays out a worker and some coins, so it's okay-ish. But yeah, I just pass here, and I think it's just for 6 coins. I'm debating if the cult step is worth it, but I don't think it does me anything. Also, I just realized that income displays are freely on, and that's nonsense. Yeah, Darkling's pass for coins. Anyhow, so looping back to why I think Earth 2 is good here. I think Earth 2 is very nice on this setup. Like, he's going to get a lot of coins from it anyhow. There's a lot of coins on the pass tiles. The only thing he needs to use his power for is coins. Like, Darklead's position is totally not going to be coin constrained for a while. And it could have been a little worker constrained. There's very few workers on the pastels, but there's tons of coins. Like, I think Earth 2 is going to turn out quite good and probably better for Darklings than Fire 1 will. But we'll see. Blah, blah, they come so late. If Earth coins weren't on the track, you might not go Earth 2. Yeah, I agree. They are kind of late. Maybe it's wrong. Nah, he's going to be fine. Logus is better than you, so it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Logus's line allows him to get out Dwelling and Sanctuary. Yeah, I mean, Logus is going to get out Dwelling and Sanctuary. Chaos got the Cult Dig. I missed that. That's nice. Danny just collects all the coins in the game. I could use my power for the Priest then. But the chance that I get a Priest Air looks very unlikely. Chaos is going to go Sanctuary and just slam some Priests to cults. Yeah, I don't actually have a huge desire to do much here. Danny really wants the Priest, though, actually. Do I care if Danny gets the Priest? Danny doesn't have a spade either. I'm not quite sure what Danny's plan is. I'm just going to build the Stronghold. Okay, you want the income displays back on. Alright, sure. We do get Darklings taking Earth 1 here, presumably. Yep. Chaos did take Water 2, so it'll be interesting to see what income favor Chaos give up on. I'm guessing it means that he's going to skip out on, like, Earth 2 or something, but I don't know. Ooh, the spade is open for next round also, everybody. Having a fast round here is actually very tempting to just pass on to the spade. Because actually, I can probably just block this from Chaos. Like, right? This can still be a town for me. There's no good reason that this can't be town. Well, wait, are Chaos going to advance ship this round? No. Chaos aren't going to beat me to this hex. I'm going to beat Chaos to this hex. So life is going to be totally fine. We're going to fly. Are we even flying down here? That's a funky question. So do I even want a town down here? Like, I can town here. Down here doesn't require a, doesn't require a bridge, but Yeah, I guess actually here's still pretty good, but it's maybe flying here this round is wrong, right? Maybe it is just like fly here and take up my hex. Although I'm having very awful four towns isn't happening here. Um, Picking the hex is actually very tough here. It might just be scoop this one for now. I'm not sure I want to commit down here. All right, blah blah blah. Can somebody tell me what Danny's up to? What does two ship get cultist here? I'm not quite sure. I haven't fully understand, but I'm gonna see. He wants to be ships going. You're skeptical. Blah blah blah. He hard digs and gets out of dwelling. Look at his. I'm not. I'm not. That's. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like cultist planned to yes advance ship twice, and then I'm guessing he is just trying to hard dig. I mean, he really has to want to get like a single dig. Chaos is gonna give him a little more power. But yeah, I think I don't quite know what Danny B's plan is. It seems like the shipping is coming a little too quickly or too slowly. I don't know. Like the other interesting part is I'm still debating taking this hex, right? Like this could be my stronghold town and this could be my sanctuary town. Like if I take this away from him, but I think I'm more concerned about Chaos's game, so I think taking this away from Chaos is just better. But because Darklings and Cultists presumably will never touch this, or never is a bit of a stretch, but they're not going to touch it for a while. I do have the option to build a free dwelling, or not a free dwelling, but I have an option to build a dwelling here, but like I just don't really need to. Passing for this guarantees me a coins action at the start of next round that I really need. There's a bit of a threat that Darklings is going to pass in order to get the coins action and take this spade. The spade is also like very valuable to me. So yeah, I don't think this dwelling actually does enough for me here. And passing for all the coins and a spade feels very good. So I'm gonna do that. Taking coins from Logos. I mean, I'm not really taking coins away from Darklings because as you can see, Logos just passes for coins anyhow. But Darklings would definitely pass. I think there's an argument that Logos should just build another dwelling. Oh, also, I wasn't paying attention. Chaos took workers. Did Chaos advance ship? No, Chaos did not advance ship. He did send all the priests everywhere. Oh, he just wants to build one more dwelling. He can build sanctuary and a dwelling, and then he'll ship next round. Okay, that's fine. Again, I really do want to beat Chaos to this hex. I think it's important. Whoa, Danny going for the sanctuary. Okay, I'll accept this, but it looks like I'm about to get too much power, which is actually a bummer. Maybe I still take it. It's only 2 power for 2 points, but it's probably still worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna overflow slightly if I take this power, but you called it? Yeah, cultists just advance ship for points, and yeah, they do. So the Earth ones are all gonna disappear, but that's okay. I think I do accept this. Like even 2 power for 2 points, it's early enough. There's so many things I want to do still. Particularly like taking bridges, right? I need 1 bridge for sure. My other town is less clear. These things may never be a town, and it could still be the town goes down in here. The town down in here is pretty tempting. I really kind of was hoping cultists were going to come down here, though. This is a bit of a concern to me. I really actually need cultists here next round because I really want to build a trading post here so that I have tempo for a temple for Water 1. But I think I need the temple here because this is my sanctuary town. So yeah, we'll see. Chaos is going to get on the ship tile. That seems nice. Chaos does take Earth 1, skips Fire 1, so there is a little more coin pressure now. Although, I mean, Chaos does have like a ton of coins coming in later too, so 2 for 2 this early is worth it, you think? Yeah, taking a bridge early would help plenty if I end up needing more than one. Yeah, exactly. Like, easing the bridge pressure is still going to have some value. Cultists seem likely to connect south, but I'm sure how quickly they plan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Cultist clearly is coming here eventually, but are Cultists going to double dig here and here? I mean, that has to be what Cultists, like, kind of want to do, you would think, but anyhow, we take coins. I have great resources. No priests. No priests still, but it's okay. Darklings scoops this up. Yep, very predicted. Chaos, all like there's some coin issues with Chaos not going fire 1, so that's fun. Coins plus bridge. Yeah, I think bridge is likely to happen. Aren't we taking fire 2? So Weber. Hexes. Where's my 4th hex for this town? Is it this? I'm not sure I'm getting this. Right? Like, the reason I'm talking about sanctuarying for this town is because I think this is my 3 hex town. Yeah. Do I want a free leech from cultists? Chaos has great cult positioning. Cultists got none of the 3 spots. I think I'm fine giving them cult steps. I could potentially yet get double dig this round. I'm not even sure I would take it, but I guess I would. Maybe? I don't know. I really, want to build a trading post, though, to turn into a temple for Water 1. Partly, actually, I might just need to build it because I am going to run out of hexes. I don't even have enough dwellings either. You think Cultist might be in 4th out of the opening? Yeah, I agree. I'm not super concerned yet. Ghostly uses his... Ghostly doesn't have shipping yet, so there's no pressure on that front. I guess I'm just taking this hex, right? I'm always building on this round. So I just lock this up. Yeah. I think I probably am flying down here. Yeah, I think I am flying down here. One town is here, Sanctuary Town is here, and another town is here. So I don't need any more bridges then. I do need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spades. I have 1 here and at least a hard dig, but that still means I need 4 more throughout the game. I probably do get 1 off this cult track. So then I only need 3 more, and I have so many workers I can hard dig at least 1 or 2 more times without feeling it at all. My trading posts, I largely will be able to build them. Yeah, I think things are still fairly on track here. Ghostly advances shipping. So I could take this hex if I really, like, if I want to go for 1 more bridge and I really want to hate Ghostly, but I think I'll just take this. I do only have 1 dwelling, so I guess taking this now is reasonable. Oh, actually, wait, no, going trading post here is even better. I get more leech from cultists. And I'm always going trading post into temple. Cultists are going to build a lot. Yeah, I should trading post. Then I'll take this hex. Ghostly's still at 1 shipping, so he can't reach here. Yeah. Trading post here. Okay. If I'm sending a priest to a cult, I might want to temple this round. Otherwise, my priest squeeze to hit ship 3. I mean, I don't really want to hit ship. Oh, I do need to hit ship 3 this game. I mean, that's what towns are for. You were going into Terra Mystica withdrawal. More. I mean, there's so many streamers nowadays too. Like, come on, guys. Nerdcube streams, Weber streams, CH Tennis streams tonight usually, I think. There's other streamers. Ondas started streaming. There's people I'm not even remembering. Zorus, obviously. Anyhow, I'm continuing to accept this. I'm cultists, whatever. They can have stuff. Taking a priest and sending it to Earth is actually very like just I guess points or not points, but coins wise, it's okay to turn 3 power here into a priest into 4 coins. It's not going to actually get me any cult benefit though, so Maybe not. I guess, again, I actually have double dig this round, unless Ghostly takes it, but I don't think Ghostly can afford to. So, yeah, I could double dig yet this round still, which actually probably is the play. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Witch's game? Yeah. How many channel points to Act 6 E10? I'm not doing that, but that is funny. You got 15,000? Yeah. Yeah, I should go back and do some more channel rewards and credits things, because yeah, I'm sure some of you have a lot. What spot is E10? E10 is this hex, this Darkling's hex, that I could double dig and take away from Logus. I mean, it's a pretty nonsensical move, but it's funny. Nice to think about something fun that isn't work. That's fair. Blah blah blah. You just spend some of your on a valuable income display. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not double digging this hex. It just doesn't make sense. I think Logus isn't a good. Well, actually, it does mean he doesn't connect, which is pretty hilarious. But oh, hey, Ghostly takes the priest, so I don't have to worry about it. Ghostly might be debating trying to advance ship again. I don't know. His economy is out of whack, which I'm a fan of. I said I was gonna take this hex, but maybe I do just double dig it right now, right? I just take it via double dig. I still have my spade. Actually, I can double dig it and then use my... Or do I want to fly down here this round? Am I going to build just like one more trading post this round just for economy reasons? It's a little awkward, but it might be fine. Partly, yeah, I just have so much econ, which is good. What's the water 1 pressure? The water 1 pressure is really not on. I for sure get water 1 next round, so that part's good. I think I just take double dig. Or maybe not. I need this bridge eventually. But it just feels like in a digging round to just take double dig and get more spades out of the way. How can that be wrong? Darklings are likely to build this round, probably. Oh, Cultist did beat Darklings up there. That's good fun too. I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, I'm just going to take double dig, and I will just build this. It does put a bit of bridge pressure on my game, but... Bridge pressure is building, yeah. So the big downside to the double dig is the bridge pressure is going to mount on myself, unless Cultists take one this round. The only upshot of taking this hex away, actually, it does mean that Chaos Magicians might find the Chaos Magicians are more likely to find like town space over here. So Chaos might just never need a bridge. So then Cultists just need a bridge, and that might be it. But, yeah. I think I am still flying down here, but the downside of flying down here means that, like, this spade, do I just turn something green and not build on it? I guess I could. Usually scares me. Oh, Darklings are just going to pass. Never mind, that makes more sense. Logus will just open next round with a coins action, and his economy is going to be solved. He isn't going to build here yet, but that's okay. Taking this away from Logus is actually kind of intriguing. I have enough workers, I could just bomb this. It doesn't really hurt him though, because he'll still just go through these hexes. Yeah, never mind. It's not actually a good plan at all. If I wanted to hurt Logus, I need to take this away because it kills his connection, but I can't afford that. I still have things to do, like flying down here. I think this town is pretty safe. I'm a little scared. Well, actually, I get this hex, right? I'm always going to get this hex. So even if somebody blocks this, I still make a town. It just costs one more dig. And then, yeah, connection always takes 3. I mean, I do need this still too, but I don't think there's a lot of pressure on this guy either. Yeah, I think town space is coming along fine here. So we'll fly on down over here. Things are good. All right. Treats. Yes, indeed. Hi, Loki. You've been waiting. Yeah. Is the gray F6 safe? Largely. That's what I was just talking about, right? But I'll talk more about it in a sec. Hi, Loki. Hi. Yeah, good boy. Oh, I know. All right. Stay. Stay. Okay. Good boy. God, that's a lot of drool. That was gross. Points wise, we are behind right now. Danny does get back onto the ship scoring, so like Danny's game does still look reasonably good. I probably get to pass for 6 coins, or I get to pass for 4 coins and a cult step. Either of those still seem very good for me. Again, Darklings can't possibly water 1 first action, so I can water 1 first action, which is great news. Good boy, Loki. Yeah, good boy. So yeah, I think maybe this is just turn this green and worry about building it next round. I could just build the extra trading post this round and like have a crazy economy going. I guess I could double temple next round if I have enough coins. I could water 1, air 1. That's maybe too greedy, but gosh, is it tempting. Actually, that's what I should be aiming for, right? I should just be aiming for water 1, air 1. Ghostly is probably going to pass in front of me. So I'm only going to get 4 coins in a cult step, but I would have 4 coins income. Yeah, I think that's what I do. I think I can find enough coins to make that work. Go double temple. Yeah. I got my shot vaccine. Yes. If when I was moving around, yes. I got my second dose earlier today, and so I'm partly trying to make sure I'm moving my shoulder a bit more too, although I'm not always remembering to. Cuz yeah, it's already fairly sore. But anyhow, getting vaccinated is great. So could have greeted 1 more action perhaps, yeah. But second dose. Yeah, so Weber, reading some of the things about Canada's vaccine rollout versus the US's, I do agree. I feel a little bad for you guys, or I feel bad that the US is so greedy, because yeah, like Wisconsin right now, you can just waltz in and get your vaccine, like your first dose, very easily. Like, I mean, and yes, I got my first dose a month ago or whatever, so. Chaos Magicians also goes Trading House, setting up for Water 1. I'm going to dig and build a dwelling. I feel like I kind of want it here, although here does make some sense, but I think I'll just go here. Blah, blah, blah. F Canada, blah, blah. Maybe you'll get your first dose someday. Ontario, literal worst place to live in the first world, blah, blah, blah. I look really good for my age, or the US need to prioritize the old. So stretch nut. I mean, that's the US did prioritize the old, right? Everybody that was age whatever and older already got their shots like 2 to 3 months ago. Currently in my area in like Wisconsin, like over 60% of adults have already got their first shot. Right now, just anybody can literally walk up and get a vaccine. Like there's like basically drive-through centers where you just go and you get vaccinated. It's just not a problem. Hey, we get to pass for 6 coins. The big econ game is certainly working, boys and gals. Leaving the trading post tile open is going to create an incredible fight for it next round, which is a bummer, but I just don't think I need it. I think I'm going crazy big econ, and we're going to hope it works. But yeah, looping back, the U.S. already did prioritize the old and vaccine distribution. That's definitely how it went. So anybody here can get theirs. It's yeah. Anyhow, here in the UK, they do it 5-year gaps, getting younger and younger. Yeah, blah blah blah. You guys had your first one, cool. It's free for all. There's no competition anymore. Yeah, exactly. Deranged. Same story in Michigan. Yep. Same in California. Yep. It was very competitive in early April, 130. Yes, I agree. Like, but the vaccine rollout is crazy. Like, it's just correct. The problem in the U.S. right now is actually that we have an oversupply, and now the problem is like we just have vaccines essentially going to waste. Like again, my area, anybody can go get vaccinated, and we're at like I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers again. I think like 60 to 70% have got their first shot, but the problem is convincing the other 30% to actually go do it. That's going to be the much bigger fight now. Like we've already got the vaccine to everybody who wanted it, basically. Like if at this point in the US, if you want to get your first shot, you should be able to just wander up and do it. Like it's just not really a problem. The anti-vax, you lot are nuts. Oh no, you should give offense. It's definite offense. This country is ridiculous in many ways. I don't need to get overly political here, but for people who do care, my politics lean like very liberal, and the conservative part of our country is insane, and I have plenty of thoughts, but I don't know if we really need to go into them. But I'll keep taking leech. This could be a bridge this round if I stay in the round long enough, because I still need a bridge. But for now, I'm gonna just take my copy of water one. I don't even actually know if this is this pressured, but I think it's just my most important action this round, and I don't want to think about it too hard. The trading post tile is delicious. Yes, the trading post tile is delicious. And the problem is who is actually going to pass first for it. I really want to be that guy. So the temple for air 1 is maybe wrong, but I think I still do it. But yeah, you think Ghostly is going to get it? It's possible. I think I temple for air 1, and to be honest, I think I skip my flight. I think I just skip the flight this round. I just go temple air 1, and I pass for that trading post tile if I'm able to. Because it is insane. But yeah, I guess Ghostly has nothing better to do after this. Although he kind of does. He just got up to 2 shipping. He's on temp ship. He has another hex he can build. Like, I think I might get this tile. I mean, Danny B also might pass, but he also has a lot of resources and not as much economy. I'm in the best position to be able to pass for it. And if my opponents, prioritize other stuff, so be it. But I am going to go double temple here and get out a copy of Air 1 right away too. Yeah, this still feels good. And then I still have good enough coins here. It's okay, especially if I get a 4-coin pastel, but we'll see. Can we fly and pass on? So the problem is I can't fly right now because I literally don't have a dwelling. So it's like really problematic. Leaving F6 for that long is going to give you anxiety. Yeah, you're fine. You're thinking the same, air 1 and pass. Nobody will expect it. So maybe we pass on trading post spawn and get the coins or bridge. We need a bridge. Yeah, I'm going to pass, but I do get to pass first here. So as much as passing for the coins would be nice, I don't really need the coins, to be completely honest. I guess I do for ship 3 eventually. I have some expensive shit coming, but yeah, I can afford to pass here, and then I can take bridge, and then I will have to do a hard dig or 2 next round, partly just to be able to put trading posts in the right spot, but I think this looks pretty good. This is part of how big econ's going to pay off for me, is to build all my trading posts in a trading post round. Yeah. And I just take bridge first action. Skipping the stronghold action is definitely a bit of a bummer, but it's just not that big of an issue. The other fun part about this is I think I just have the longest round next round, like almost guaranteed. So I think nobody gets this tile either. I maybe should have converted some more power there. because I probably get a little more leech this round that I'm just going to decline now, but oh well. We'll have 4 trading post income going into round 6. Are they 8-point trading posts? This is going to be lovely. Yeah. Where does the first TP go if Logos denies me a neighbor? Logos isn't going to deny me a neighbor, but I mean, the first trading post probably just goes here otherwise. But I mean, yeah, Logos wasn't good. Logos still wants to secure his connection, presumably. Like, I don't know. He has things to do too. But yeah, I'd also like to clarify they're essentially 9-point trading posts because of Air 1. Basically, building 4 trading posts next round and passing will, yeah, produce 36 victory points. So that's very good. I should get 3 towns. I still have a little bit of an issue on that front. Logos is forming a town right now. I doubt it's 2 key town. It's probably just a coin town, but I don't know. It is a coin town, yeah. Declining all this leech is a bummer, but that's okay. This hex is definitely under threat now, unfortunately. Logos could triple dig this just to be annoying, but I mean, Logos needs to triple dig this, and Logos, I think, has to be thinking about making a town on these hexes. And if Logos takes this, I still might be able to triple dig this. But yeah, this is a bit of a threat. I definitely have some hex pressure here. Next round, I'd like to secure this hex and this hex. I'll have 16 workers. 8 of them are for trading posts, but I have 2 hard digs worth of workers as well. So I should be able to get some stuff done. But yeah, I got a first action bridge. Logos does advance shipping, so that does indicate to me that he's interested in securing these hexes. And then he's just probably going to secure connections. I don't think this has much pressure. I think I get it next round, but this is, I guess, probably where my game goes wrong if it happens. But it's going to be very hard to use the Witch's Flight safely now if Logos likes denial. Yeah, the Witch's Flight is definitely going to be tricky. Ugh, turning down all these 2-for-1s this round is a big bummer. I should have probably converted more aggressively, but it was so hard to know for sure if I was going to be getting these leeches. But oh well. We are running a big Econ Witches game and having fun with it. I think giving Ghostly the center is still been totally fine. Ghostly does look to have a pretty good cult game, but beating him here and the fact that Ghostly, I don't know, I'm just not that afraid of Ghostly's game yet. And again, maybe I should be. Getting no cult econ yet is also, you know, a bit iffy, but all these priests are actually going to be great for me because I really did want to send a priest off here to get a spade. Actually, I guess I don't even know if I need the spade, but yeah, the 2 temples was actually really nice. I think it means that I win I should win network pretty easily. I build all 4 trading posts, 4 dwellings, and a sanctuary pretty easily, so I end my game with 2 temples on board. That does mean that I need 4 more hexes, but that's 1, 2, 3 hexes are my towns, and then my 4th might just be this freebie. I do need to hit ship 3 still, which is expensive, but I'll get there. I mean, this is going to be an 8-point Air 1, which is great. I should have 3 towns, which is still an incredible amount of points. I do have to go for Fire 2, so there is a slight concern about having a very long round here and then having to go for Fire 2. Although, maybe I don't need Fire 2, because this could be... This sanctuary town obviously doesn't even need a trading post. So if I can... yeah, the problem is where I build my trading post this round, right? I can't... Yeah, I'm going to kind of need Fire 2. We'll see. I have slightly awkward stuff, but they're only 2-for-1s because I didn't convert. Yeah, a lot of them would have been 3-for-2s, so I think it's fine, but... Yeah. One of our priests goes to air next round with the cult spade. Yeah, probably. Ghostly is ahead of me a lot in points currently, but Fire 2 doesn't strike me as 100% necessary, but then I'm probably taking worse towns. It's taking worse towns, and I'm not sure how I can build to actually achieve it. Like, just looking at things, as I just said, like, it's a little awkward, but prioritize taking H6 second action to be able to build a trading post in that town. H6. I think that's this thing, but I can't take this second action. The problem is I have to open bridge. Then I need to build a trading post. Then I can hard dig. And I kind of think I'd prefer to take this one. Because, I mean, the thing is, if for some reason I can't take this hex, it means that I have a neighbor. So I think it's fine. Third action after the bridge. To be clear, H6 again, like I'm not gonna rush this guy. Because if I don't get this hex, it just doesn't matter, really. I mean, it does mean that I have to do an extra dig, but I don't think an extra dig is going to cause me too many headaches this game. Chaos did get onto the ship tile, so that is nice for Chaos Magicians. Logus passes for more coins here, you'd have to assume. Yep. And I take my bridge after that long wait. And that does mean good things for... Oh, Danny can't even take coins. That means good things for Ghostly. Congrats, buddy. Ghostly gets coins and the pastel. So that is still very good. It's very good news for Ghostly. If I get a bunch of leech this round, which I probably do, I might just double dig again, actually. I'm not sure. Actually, never mind. I do need a few more coins here. I have a lot of stuff to build, so we'll see. Do I think the bridge first action was totally necessary? I don't think it was totally necessary, but I think it's much safer. I did forget that Cultist took the bridge last round, so I kind of just had it planned that I needed to take the bridge first action, but the fact Cultist did take a bridge probably meant I could have got away with something else, but, you know, honestly, I don't really care. Getting the coins would have been good, but I also like just being safe here. At the very worst, it buys me tempo next round on forming towns without having to take the bridge before I can take the towns. Or I guess you're saying I could have still got it this round. I might have still been able to get it this round, but I'm okay. Paranoid of losing, blah, blah, blah. F3. Yeah. Cultist comes down here. Makes total sense. He needs that hex. I continue to think I'm happy giving Cultist steps. Yeah, I still need leech. I need lots of stuff. Pretty surprising whenever I pass on coins. Yeah, I mean, playing Big Econ and passing first there, taking coins is very tempting. I probably should have taken coins in hindsight. I do think I just was rushing and not paying enough attention, and that's my bad, so oh well. Ghostly is forming his town this round, presumably trying to take 2 keys to wrap up things, and he is taking 2 keys to wrap up cults over cultists. Very reasonable, but I'm pretty glad to just not be in the cult fights, to be honest. Feel like with the points deficit I'm in, I might have had to play risky, but my next round is also hella points. Hard to judge who's winning. Yeah, I'm actually just not concerned about my points yet because I think I have so many points coming in, but it might not be enough because I have very few post-game points. I personally am not that concerned about my points yet, though. I've played Big Econ Witches like this nonsense before, and you can enter the final round with very few points and make up a hell of a lot very quickly. And I'm gonna make up a hell of a lot this round, so we'll see how it goes. I think I could just dig this and then delay. Like, Darkleads have no priests in their supply anymore. And if Darkleads are super crazy enough to dig my hex, I can always fly here anyhow to annoy them. Cultists sure as hell don't have enough resources to mess with me. Yeah, I'm just going to hard dig this, leave it green, and dare somebody to do something silly. Yeah, I'm far enough behind in points. This is where I'll get slightly risky. This is fine. Last town round for witches is like 100. 100 is a big stretch. It's not 100. But it is like 50. and I am making a lot of points this round. I mean, broadly, I'm expecting to win network. I'm expecting to end the game at about 120, and then get a few cults. I mean, is mid 140s enough? I don't know. I still think I'm gonna need Fire 2 pretty badly just because of how I have to build these towns, which still does have me a bit concerned. But do I want to accept this and possibly be able to just double dig this round? I think the answer might be yes. Just double digging and securing these hexes this round is very tempting to me, especially if I can have all my towns set up to just Fire 2 at the start of next round. The Fire 2 pressure looks pretty low because Ghostly is already capped out on fire, and I don't think he's getting another town this game. Well, Ghostly maybe still gets a town through here, but yeah, I think the Fire 2 pressure is low. I think I still accept that. Because I think I can wind up sending... Like, I'm going to get at least one more power from somebody, I would think. But we'll see. It could also be take coins. Whoever player really wanted coins takes bridge out of spite. Blah, blah, blah. I can have a cult spade. I do know that I can have a cult spade, but I just think having all my towns set up is really useful. You went from 53 to 131 in your Snellman game in round 6 towns? Yeah. Oops, hey, it's back to me, guys. I build a trading post. As a rule of thumb, I think you can see who the player with the biggest leeches. Alright, so I guess I do still need a few more coins this round too, so I don't know for sure what I'm doing. I would really love to have just all my towns set up to town instantly. I love to do that. You get to scoop all the best towns, but I am going to have some coin issues still this game. I might have to... One of them might have to be like a ship town, coin town, but the others should be able to be high victory point towns. I think I convert a power to a coin here, and I do just send this off. This is about the only cult points I'm getting, right? Like, these guys, the cults are just very filled up anyhow. So yeah, although actually with the cults being filled up like this, these 8-point towns are pretty good swings versus Darklings, but we'll see what happens. Would I give up the 5 points to town next round to avoid Fire 2? I've been debating that too, right? So that is also a thought. But I think there's no Fire 2 pressure. I just don't think Ghostly is actually going to take Fire 2. I think Ghostly's just building a bunch of trading posts this round backed by Water 1 and just accepting that he's like has no town coming. I think I'm going to dig these. Locust does have a priest now, so if he digs this, it's sad, but it's not even that big of a deal to me. I can still just manage to get this hex. Oh, but Have Cultist lost this game? I don't know. There's a lot still going on here, and I'm not fully focused on this game because I'm chatting with all of you a lot, and also, I don't know, I'm just actually not that focused. So I'm starting to realize the slight issues with taking these hexes is I would leave this hex green for a long time here. I have enough workers. I can just keep doing the hard digs, right? I really do need this hex before Darklings get too meddlesome. But then I really want this hex this round. See, that's part of the problem. But I guess I just don't need double dig, really. Although double dig saves me a resource, but it causes me headaches. And I do have the Cult Spade, so I could just wait to build on it next round. But the problem is I really want to build my trading post down here this round. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Having all the neighbors here is still a problem. Securing this is probably just right, and I probably just accept that I'm hard digging it. Maybe this is just an expensive trading post this round or something. It's not ideal, but it's survivable. I guess the other option is looping around to what NerdCube is saying. I could just town this round. Oops, I should have converted. That was bad. I could just town and not have to worry about it, but I don't know. We'll see. You think I just ignore F6 at this point? Put the TP in my southern town? Darklings need a lot of priests. Aren't Darklings using that priest on the brown? No reason to double dig when I need coins. Yeah, I think I agree, NerdCube. Definitely am sad that I'm not getting the free leech there. That's just such a... This is such a silly mistake to not convert last round, or last turn. Passing up on leeches here. I just lost a coin because I didn't convert, which is very silly. Darklings do take this hex. I mean, that made a lot of sense. Yeah, this is fine, though. Things are still okay over here. I think I continue to believe that there's no actual Fire 2 pressure for me. In which case, I'm building a random trading post. Yeah. It does look like most people are passing before me still. I maybe should be thinking about getting Chaos's pass tile here. If I build this, I still have enough to just expensive trading post and then get out of the round. Ghostly presumably has some more stuff to do too, though. So yeah, I think this is still fine here. Did I think about converting the priest to a worker and building the southern trading post plus the northern dwelling, single dig, and hard dig? I've debated that. Why were we talking about Fire 2? Because I can't build my trading post this round without forming towns. So it means I'm building my trading post in locations that aren't forming towns. And that causes troubles. There's all sorts of troubles still happening here. All sorts of troubles. Mostly there's troubles about, yeah, just not actually having a neighbor, like, not having the dwelling here so I could build a trading post and having to build an expensive one is a bummer. And maybe I'm not even supposed to build the expensive one. There is an argument. Nah, I'm just going to build the expensive trading post, I think. Ghostly is... He has a cult step, but... I think I might get to pass onto the ship tile here, which is also, like, super dreamy. I guess Ghostly... After Ghostly cult steps, Ghostly literally doesn't have another move beyond cult stepping. So I think if I build the trading post, I think I'm just getting the ship tile regardless. And then I'll also be third, so I just can't be Fire 2 blocked. And that, well, I do need to build this green, but I just don't think Logos has any... Logos needs to take this green first because... Well, I don't know. I think I'm okay. I think this is fine. Nine victory point. Yeah, I mean, passing for 12 here, getting up to 60. If I get that ship tile for 9 points, yeah, it'd be great. Sad about not trading post on H8? Yeah. Look, I very likely have made some errors. Very likely. I'm not exactly sure where they all are, but they're around. I'm just going to send a priest to air here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But I just need to delay. Oh, actually, well, I guess I could delay by just like sending Priest to water or something. I'm gonna take Fire 2, although Darklings also are eyeing up Fire 2. Cultists might want Fire 2 too. There might actually be some Fire 2 pressure, but we'll see what happens. I just don't think Darklings actually have extra stuff to mess with me. I guess I'd rather turn this Priest into some power. I still do need coins. Although I'm gonna overproduce power now. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. This is what I get for not thinking, but you think that priest to air, you like priest to worker plus set up all towns route better? Yeah, I think that's fair. Although the other question is, do I still get the ship tile if I do that? The answer might be yes. I don't know. I haven't. This is part of the problem of casting and not fully figuring it all out. I should probably be figuring it out more, but I kind of am throwing it at my hands because yeah, like I'm about to earn 11 power, so this priest air wasn't as much power as I thought either, but oh well. Okay. Getting onto the ship tile is very nice. Danny will get the Danny obviously is going to get the trading post tile now, which is nice for him, but if I take single dig plus hard dig, I at least have enough delay options. Maybe the end would have been too many turns. Yeah, it's possible. I agree. Like I don't disagree that the line to set up my towns might have been better, because the issue now is that I'm gonna cult spade this thing green, and I kind of still want a first action fire too. But then if Darklings do decide to mess with me, it gets ugly. So that I might have to just first action protect it. I'm not sure, but I think it's okay. I mean, yeah, I think this is still gonna be fine. Logos does have a ton of resources. Ghostly did a very nice job of making points. I don't think Ghostly has time to make another town at least. Yeah, Logos is actually just gonna secure his town space. Ghostly likely just takes coins, although he doesn't super need coins. I'm not totally sure what Ghostly does. It would be tempting for me to take coins, but I think it's just wrong. But maybe there is no Fire 2 pressure, but gosh, I'm concerned about Fire 2 pressure. Although, I guess cultists are indicating they don't care about Fire 2. Yeah, never mind. Cultists don't care about Fire 2. There's no Fire 2 pressure. Ghostly might have like 20-ish points between dwellings, TPs, dig advance. Yeah, like for sure. I mean, Ghostly has like 20-ish points worth of resources, and he passes. So, I mean, he's going to be at like 120 plus 28 cult points. I mean, he is at 148. 148's a lot. Oh, actually, yeah, never mind. I see. He is at 24 cult points because, yeah, cultists are for sure going to close out water. Okay, team, do we get risky here? Like, this is super risky. I think I just secure this hex and then wheel Fire 2. Taking the coins is so tempting, and yet I might just wheel the coins later in this round. Maybe Ghostly is trying to make a town. I just don't think cultists are taking Fire 2. I don't think Darklings are taking this hex from me, but it is pretty painful if I lose the hex. So I think I don't get greedy about the hex. You go Fire 2 every time to ensure the 8-pointers? I'm not that worried about it. Logos is going for priest towns, right? Like, how is he digging enough? Unless he's going stronghold? And maybe he's also not going Fire 2 then? I don't know. Although, actually, Logos still wants to connect, right? Logos is contesting network. He already has 2 shipping. Yeah, Logos probably wants to go Fire 2 trading post 3 dwellings this round in order to tie me on network, which is annoying. I don't want him to tie me on network. But You're more concerned about cultists making their towns? I mean, cultists are making their towns, yeah. They're going to beat me to some towns, but... Darklings can beat me to a town as well, but there's just too many good towns for me that I think it's fine. Right? Like, cultists do take the 11-pointer, which is fine. And then Darklings are going to fire 2 right now, right? Yeah. So Darklings are probably taking the priest towns. And then I do just, like, take the 8-pointers as well as... I guess I have to take a ship town at that point because I don't have a guaranteed priest is down inside, but... I assume these are priest towns for Darklings. He needs digs. Oh, wait, he only gets 1 town. Duh. Okay, so I take a priest town and 2 cult towns. Yeah, that's fantastic. That means I actually do... I wind up tying cultist on air then probably too. Yeah, this seems great. Concerning the 2 or 3 ship advances, I think I have to take the gold. Bleh. I doubt it, but maybe I'm wrong. Taking these coins is actually very tempting. And yet taking the towns is more important, right? I probably wield the coins still. Taking the coins saves me on some ship advances, but cultists will take another town in front of me, as will Darklings, at which point my town options start looking a lot worse. Yeah, screw that. I'm not taking these coins. Not yet. Definitely want a priest town. I do need to build 1 more dwelling, and then I need a ship advance. So I need 15 resources. I have 12. So the coins action does matter to me right at the moment. Do I have any guaranteed leech this round? Cultists are for sure giving me some leech in a second, right? So I can... Cultists are for sure giving me a leech for this town. They have no option but to give me at least 2 power. This town comes with 1 more. Oh, guys, it's risky. It's risky. Although I just don't build the dwelling then if I don't get enough leech. That's actually very painful. Not building the dwelling is pretty bad. So the safer option is to take a couple less points to guarantee the... I'm a risky guy. I'm gonna do this, and it might be wrong. It might be very wrong. It might be wrong. Yeah, I mean, the good news is I have a lot of points. A lot of points, right? Even if I ship 3 times, that's 9, 9, 18, 22 more. I'm already at 130s, right? Like, my game is going quite well still. I accept this 2 for 1 because it gets me closer. And if I get the coins, that's great, but... if I was going to take worse towns anyways, then just take the coins now. That's a great point, Nerd Cube. You're right. It doesn't make much sense to take worse towns and pass up on the coins. Like, I could have just taken the coins action, seen what towns I wield. But instead, I did this. So 7 points on Cult, tie on Network is 159. Yeah, I mean, I think I have probably won the game. I mean... We'll see. It's a little early, I guess. Logus still has A-Town coming in, but I think he's the only one that's probably particular. Well, Danny is going to probably tie me on network as well. Yeah, the network fight is gross. Logus takes the, hey, I get coins anyhow. All right, everybody. It's all good. Well, okay, actually the downside is I could lose this green hex, right? If somebody took this green hex away from me, I probably don't get everything, but we get the coins anyhow after all of that concern. Life is dandy here. You think that you're right that cultists lost? CM wrecked them too hard on the cults. Yeah. Ghostly managed a really nice cult game, for sure. For the record, though, I just want this game to largely be an example of why I sometimes think this E7 fight is overblown. Like, yes, I could have single dug this hex first action and denied it to Ghostly, but my opening let me get double dig. I got to set up the super strong economy. I still cut chaos off of this hex anyhow. Like, certain other things definitely broke well for me too, but I think it was fine to let Ghostly have the center. And I'm not saying that you should always do that, right? I'm not trying to claim that, but anyhow, I don't need Leech anymore, right? Yeah, I don't need Leech anymore. I have all the resources I need. I do really need to get this dwelling down, so getting this green hex is actually quite important, but I don't think Danny can afford to mess with it. I don't think Ghostly wants to mess with it. Darklings are the one that want to mess with it but can't reach it, so I think I just advance ship, build this dwelling, advance ship twice more, and wind up passing at a very healthy number of points. At least tie for a network win with the other guys. Manage a couple of cult points at least. Looks good. We'll see. Me taking D7 hurts chaos more than it helps witches. Yeah. E7, but yeah. Building a dwelling instead of flying would have been better. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. I could have just built this dwelling, but I flew to it, didn't I? Yeah, that was actually very wrong. Yeah. I should have built this dwelling and then been able to fly here. That's, yeah. I'm giving my opponents more chances to meddle with me this sequence, but oh well. I don't think I'm getting meddled with, which is a little bit lucky. My whole game I haven't really got meddled with, which is more fortune than super careful planning. I'm pretty sure again that I've cost myself at least a couple of points. I'm not sure I should have had an expensive trading post. I probably could have done a few things a little different, but the thing that I'm very happy about is that this was just like an awesome game to, yeah, just go big econ, skip Earth 1, just open, mini dwelling rush. Well, not mini, like decent sized dwelling rush. Build the trading post, go dwelling rush, into stronghold, huge econ, build a couple of trading posts in round 3 just because we could. Got a lot of spades this round, right? We got double dig and the spade pass tile. And I think I might have even hard dug. I'm not sure. I might have got like 8 points over the spade round. Got to build 2 temples, water 1 and air 1. Still afforded to build 4 trading posts in the trading post round, 3 towns in the town round. Like, my track score this game is going to be pretty crazy. And then it's very lucky that the pass tiles timed out so well at the end, right? I mean, getting on pass tiles for round 5 and 6 was very much fortunate. That's the luck part of my game. Like, that went super well. But a lot of the rest of it here, yeah. But I'm excited. This is really good. Take that 2 for 1. I can hard dig if needed. That makes sense. Just in case I get messed with, I should take it. That's reasonable. Although at this point, I'm pretty confident I'm not getting messed with, so I'm not taking this. Ghostly's the only one that can mess with me, and I just don't see him. Well, I guess I'm closest with him, but yeah, he doesn't have enough resources. I think he has to worry about his own stuff. So we build this dwelling real quick. We have enough stuff to advance ship 2 more times, and then, yeah, that's our game. But hitting 15 network is good. Logus doesn't look like he has the resources to hit 15 network. Yeah, Logus can't hit 15 network, which is awesome. Cultists maybe hit 15 network, but it's possible I just outright win network on top of all of the plans here, so... I mean, the plan was always to try to outwin network, but it wasn't guaranteed. But I think I could have read that F6 was safer than it looked. Otherwise, you think other people just had to pay attention to any things. Yeah. There's a couple things I definitely slightly messed up and didn't prioritize. Again, one of the like difficulties in streaming games is that I don't focus quite as much on what all my opponents are up to and want to do as I should be. I definitely don't play quite as strong when I'm streaming as when I'm like hyper focused on a game. But I think that's just kind of inevitable. Or I need to like stop paying attention to chat. But again, part of what makes streaming fun is to see chat and talk with you guys, and it's great when there's a bunch of players. So, I'm not trying to say people shouldn't chat at all. If I didn't want distractions, I shouldn't stream the games. But yeah, it makes it a little trickier. But anyhow, yeah, this looks so good. Ship one more time, 123, pass for 13. Yeah, 136 before post game. And then I at least tie for network. Actually, I just win network, right? Danny, there's no way Danny gets down another structure. So yeah, I've just outright won network. So yeah, this is such a good game, but I hate streaming, hate chat. No, that's the exact opposite. I really do enjoy streaming and I enjoy the chat. It's excellent and it's fun to have you guys around. It does make me occasionally regret, like some games, my minor mistakes or somewhat more major mistakes will come back to bite me. And I think, I don't know. At one point in one day, I did hit 700 elo, and admittedly, that was right around when I started streaming, so it can't be entirely stream's fault. It's a little bit whatever. Elos fluctuate, and nobody can maintain a 700 elo, but I'm having a bit more hard of a time lately maintaining a like low 600s elo, and I'm more like an upper 500s, and I think that like 30 to 40 point difference is probably somewhat actually due to streaming. Although, actually, after winning this table, I don't know. I'm going to be probably closest to 600 anyhow, but none of that's particularly important, though. I don't care that much about my elo. It's just, it is fun to see that, but yeah. Logus was three power short of this last dwelling. We love to hear that. Oh yeah, he has an open hex. He just can't build it. Glorious. Excellent. Your elo is averaging about -50 since you started streaming. I did leave income displays on the whole game. You paid for 2 rounds, not the whole game. Anyhow, Weber, I completely agree, right? Like, you can't quite play at the same level and stream. Like, it just doesn't really work. But that's okay. Like, whatever. Streaming is great fun. Turn on income displays. Thanks. They're still on. They're there. We got a pass here. But we're already ahead of Darklings, right? Like, Darklings are super good at making points, and we're ahead of them. And then, I mean, Darklings actually, I guess, have more... Well, he has more cults than I do, but I did outright win network. So, I mean... Yeah. You paid for 2 of the 4 rounds? That's good. That's good. Thanks. You lost over 200 elo last month without streaming. Oh, I mean, super... I get it. Like, elos go up and down. They fluctuate. That's just part of it. Like, I'm probably reading a little bit too much into the, like, just fluctuations that have been happening lately. Right? Like, that's just part of life, too, so. How many were lost at ill-advised Fakir's games? Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, this game looks really nice. I think Ghostly still played a really nice Chaos game here. Really took advantage of hitting the cults and got lots of scoring. He really hit the points hard. And sadly, though, being last on network, like, he still just might be last. This is a very high-scoring game, it looks like. So, but yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah. Logus thinks that he was supposed to skip building another temple and just take the trading post tile. And I guess he probably was supposed to, right? Like the past, admittedly, the real reason I win this game over Logus is because the past tiles broke so beautifully for me right at the end. Um, so yeah. Early two key town might have been the Doom play for Chaos. I mean, it still was very important for him to close out cults. Otherwise, he just lose them. So delay that, lose maybe 4 cult points, but gain 5 round points and 6 town points. Yeah, that's actually possibly true though. You're right, Deranged. It's possible that if Ghostly just delays the town, maybe he only loses 1 cult. But I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, not even a Nilo for beating Danny. Anyhow, sorry guys. As always, when I chat with the people at the table, then I don't chat out loud because apparently that's the one trick I just can't learn. Uh, anyhow, I agree with a lot of what people are saying here. I do think broadly the game plan here was actually very good. One of the tough parts in this matchup for witches, I think, is finding space for 3 towns, and I think this town is generally there if you want it, but you kind of need to get to it early, and that's hard. So I do think Stronghold in this matchup is kind of better, and then the fact that track supported this, dwelling rush into Stronghold line, and then basically really helped cement 3 town positions, that paid off very well. Getting to do delayed both of my temples for the game until round 4 was pretty sweet, I think. I mean, not having a lot of priests turned out to not be a big issue. With that said, I mean, there was a lot of fortunate stuff too, right? Like getting to go trading post in round 1, and then getting the temp ship tile in round 1, I don't think was guaranteed. Getting double dig in round 1 wasn't guaranteed. Getting the spade tile and double dig in round 3. Like the pass tiles just worked out very well for what I wanted to do this game. The points tiles fell to me when I wanted them. My opponents just never really were in a position to disrupt me. Darklings had to worry too much about carving out their own 3 town spots that he couldn't meddle with my hexes. Cultists were never in a position to like be aggressive. They were kind of always on their back foot. Ghostly couldn't quite expand fast enough to hit the red hexes because he built up and hit the cults hard. And I think that was the right choice for Ghostly, but yeah, kind of everything worked perfect. So anyhow, yes, statistics, I agree. This was the interesting thing. So part of why the game went so well is my power action breakdown is pretty much ideal. I got 2 double digs, 2 7 coin actions, and a bridge. That's kind of what I would have really liked this game. Cultists taking single dig 4 times and never double digging is also, I think, a real explanation for why they lost this game. I'm the only person that double dug actually, which is, yeah, pretty interesting, especially in a game that had a spade round. Everybody earned coins about equally, which is actually pretty interesting, but I collected a lot of coins via income and via power actions. I got them pretty efficiently and extra just on the bonus cards. So yeah, that was nice. I had lots of workers, which we knew. That was part of the dwelling rush. Very few priests. Got a lot of leech. Cultist had the most leech, but witches still had a very healthy amount, so that helped. And then yeah, 49 on the scoring track. As I said, I hit the track just so well. That's 15 in towns. That's 8 in temples, so 23. 12 in trading posts for round 5. That gets us to 35. One trading post in round 1 was 38. The stronghold is 43. And then, yeah, 3 spades in the spade round. So 49 was huge. Still got 20 favor tile points. So, yeah, just an 8-point air one, 12-point water one. That was real nice. Got lucky with the bonus cards. Took good towns. Hit network. Won it. Got okay cult points. I mean, for how little effort I put in, I at least got a couple dregs. And then, yeah, just faction points, ship points. Did pay the most to leech, but, you know, fueled a huge game. So, yeah, that was fun. I mean, having these games where kind of everything goes right is pretty nice. So, you felt the 2 temples was actually a big game changer. I agree a lot, too. Once I obviously wasn't planning on the double temple line, but once I realized I could build 2 trading posts and go water 1 and air 1, that was a very strong line, I think. So I was very happy about that. But being able to go water 1 and air 1 and then still get on that trading post pass tile was huge. I think if Logus blocks that on me, that might be enough to shift the game to where I don't win. I'm not sure. But that was very well done by Logus. So saddest part of the game for Logus is probably the coin town. Darkleads often have to take that, but they usually have water 1. Yeah, the fact that Logus had to take the coin town to kind of afford shipping and building everything was a little sad. But I mean, at the same time, Logus put up a 148 on a pretty good scoring track. Like, he had a very nice game. I think it is a little just things broke very well for me in all the kind of pass tiles and the timing. Maybe Logus did 1 or 2 things kind of badly, but I think things probably could have broken a bit for him. Or like he says, if he just passes for that trading post tile in round 4, like passes in round 4 in front of me, I still at least get to build a trading post. I take another free Witch's Flight. That probably saves me a few points somehow down the line, but all the pass tile situation changes, so it's hard to say, but oh well. You didn't even consider Act 5 round 1. Nice idea. Yeah, so that's a good lesson to learn. As Chaos Magicians, if you can open Temple 2 Dwellings, that's very strong. And so, yeah, if you could have just taken Single Dig and then opened Temple 2 Dwellings, that would have been very nice. Although, with that said, I don't even know, like, is that actually better for you? Because you did wind up getting the Priest action instead, right? And then you just got a Cult Spade, and you had better Cult Temple because of all that. So, maybe that was better for you? I don't know. It was interesting. This is a great result for Logus, just looking at a few things that could have gone better. Yeah, I think the real thing for Logus is that, well, I don't know. Like, again, the water 1 pressure was just always going to be here, I think, this game. And I think everybody was going to try to wait for round 4. And it was just very fortunate for me that I part of going big econ was that I could justify having my trading posts up. And that I already had managed to stockpile enough coins that I didn't have to worry about taking a coin action. But again, that was also a little bit of fortune, right? While there are quite a few coins on the pass tiles, I was able to get coin pass tiles when I wanted them. And I got that coins power action in round 2 that I really wanted. So, yeah. I don't know. Nice game. Big Econ so resilient. Yep, I mean, I obviously just love playing Big Econ Witches. This was harkening back to, like, just my favorite games, right? To just be able to go Dwelling Rush into Stronghold, play stupid high econ, and then hope that you can find enough points. This game, hitting double temples, 4 trading posts, 3 towns in a town round, and hitting the pass tiles in those rounds. I mean, that was the dream payoff. I mean, the only way my game goes well enough is basically if I hit most of that, but I did hit all of that, and so then, yes, I just had a winning game plan. But I do broadly agree. Like, part of why I love playing these big econ games as well is because, as you say, I think, it's just very hard to, it's hard to disrupt when you're the faction that has kind of all the tempo on everything. And I think that's a bit of what we've been seeing in International Clash too. Even at those very high level tables, the game plans that have been winning are the ones that just eschew Earth 1 and really push for early econ, really push to secure early hexes, really push to have the tempo on just everything during the mid game. And having that tempo really pays off. Like, part of why my game was so strong as well is because round 4, I think I was the guy that could pass the earliest and not care, because I already had all my dwellings on the board. I built my 2 temples. I had the resources to build all my trading posts. Like, I was the guy that didn't care about passing, and so I was the one most able to have a very fast round 4 and not care about building my economy anymore. And being able to pass for that pass tile paid off. And that's just like one example of where my tempo advantage pays off into points during the mid and late game. So I'm curious to see how the international clash games keep going, but it does feel like the guys that keep pushing to have the tempo throughout the game are really winning, even at these like really high level stuff. So I think it's really an interesting thing to keep exploring, and it's part of why I love to keep pushing these games of going for kind of big econ, because I think at high level tables, all of that tempo advantage and stuff turns out to be perhaps more important than we've thought in the past or whatever. So regardless, it's good times. Anyhow, you've been learning the lesson of tempo the hard way. Yeah, learning how to handle tempo and stuff is tricky. So why do I think this Snellman Div 1 meta is so stale with Earth 1, Water 1 and stuff? Is it because of matchups that arise due to lack of auctions? Yes, I think the lack of auctions is a lot of the issue there. It's partly just how the games break down, but like a lot of times the matchups too, you just know that you can take Earth 1 and Water 1 and still have a strong enough economy. You know that you're basically only playing against one other player. I just think things are very different. I also think asynchronous is still a different ball game. You're able to be much more precise about predicting who's going to come where and what they're going to do. And I think part of why tempo probably matters a little more in live play is just because if you're on top of your own game, you're less likely to get disrupted or get surprised by things. Whereas I think you can probably play a bit more precisely around it in asynchronous games, but I don't know for sure. Anyhow, that's a lot of blabbing. So that was a really fun one, though. I was really glad to do this. Thanks all for watching and chatting. It was a great one. Final comments from Ghostly. Game is so good. Tempo to get what you want. Workers, blah, blah, blah. Resilient. It doesn't work in every setting, but it's great in most of them. Yeah, I mean, you can't always go big econ. You can't always do some of this stuff. And sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes the pass tiles don't break your way. I mean, again, every game at Terra Mystica is a little tricky. It's a little bit of a balance of, like, do you have a good game plan? Are you adapting to your circumstances? But sometimes it's also just, are things breaking your way? And this game basically broke my way, right? I was able to keep... Basically every round I kind of kept being able to just do plan A. It's just like, oh, I want to open this. Okay, I get double dig. I got temp shipping. I got to open all the hexes I want. I get the leech. And then round 2, I'm like, I want the coins action. I want the stronghold. I get all that. Round 3, I want to build all this stuff. I want to get all the spades. Cool. Round 4, I want to build these temples and pass fast. I get that. Like, I didn't have to adapt much either, so it just happens. But the final comment I just realized, Ghost, if you're still watching, the one other thing I said earlier in this game was I would not have built the temple on this hex. I think you were supposed to build your sanctuary over here. When you built it here, I upgraded next to you once, and you upgraded next to me like 3 times. So unless you really needed that like 1 or 2 extra power, you gave me something like 6 or 7 early power, and I gave you like 2. That's not a trade that I often go for, but it is something that I eventually had to learn as well. I didn't always think about it in those terms either, because you're always taught to maximize your leech. But occasionally you have to debate just how much leech you're giving somebody else compared to yourself. I think part of my game being so great is because you did give me a lot more leech than I necessarily had to get early on. You could have slowed me down a bit, although I guess I still build here, so I don't know how much that matters, but it's an interesting thing to consider for the future, I think, sometimes about how many upgrades are left. But yeah. Anyhow, again, that was way too much blabbing on. The International Clash Final is in 2 weekends from now. Tune in for that. Should be a great time. Tomorrow I will do Teammate Thursday, starting around 3:30 Central Time. Hoping to see some of you around then and chat with you all. I think I'll reach out, but I think I have Weber on for tomorrow, so that's exciting. But we will need other people to play against, so if anybody wants to try to get on that, comment in my Discord or just reach out to me, and I will catch you all around then. Should be a great time. In the meantime, have a good evening. See you all around.